Go get me some chicken. Since you want, this shit caught you on that face. What chicken? Oh, you talking about that chicken?
That's what I thought you was talking about. You said chicken ain't never hurt nobody.
It sure ain't. Chicken ain't never hurt nobody. What's up, family? Um, Today's episode is a little bit different. We're not necessarily talking about a movie. We're not talking about a TV show. We're actually doing a quick life update. And might chime in about a few things and ask a few, not suggestions, but ask a few recommendations by the end of the episode. So next week, there's a movie that was requested by Mr. Bellamy. I was going to drop it this week, but I'm gonna drop it next week instead on Friday. Which is kind of why I chose to do a life update today for you guys, versus doing that. And because I also unfortunately just didn't find the time to watch the movie yet. I honestly haven't watched any type of TV. I've been really busy, which is why I'm getting ready to give you a life update. So I don't want to talk about this specific subject just because of the ongoing process that I'm dealing with currently. But let's just say I've unfortunately been uh, unemployed, graduated to self-employed since March. Um, so since March, I haven't had a job. Kind of really just been trying to find myself and keep doing my social media when I can remember to do it, and also when I have time to do it. When I was going through my panic disorder and my anxiety disorder, when it was at its highest, which is in like, I want to say, I mean, I know when it started. It started in December of 2025, but I want to say, I feel like I maybe became slightly back kind of sort of normal from panic disorder and anxiety in like June, beginning of July-ish. And I still have moments where I have panic attacks and severe anxiety disorder. Um, and to the point where the only thing I could remember to try to do was like the podcast, and I would try to do that before I took my meds so that I can still try to have somewhat of a clear mind. Um, but life just felt different from December up until June, middle of June, middle of June. Life just felt impossible for me. It just felt like I was losing at everything and I couldn't figure it out. Like I felt like I was just incapable of conquering the simplest thing, you know? And I don't know, the shit just seemed unreachable, intangible. I just felt like I was going in the same circle over and over and over again with no ends to mean. You know what I'm saying? But in July, I was presented with an offer to do life insurance by a mentor of mine. Um, we didn't know each other up until they presented me the opportunity. It paid for my education on it, and then I paid for my exam on it. Um, Missed it by 2 points the first time and then passed it the second time. And I'm not gonna lie, this is probably one of the toughest things to have to readjust your mind to, is because I'm used to being an employee. That's what I'm used to. I'm used to being an employee, punching the clock just because I know I'm gonna get a check at the end of every 2 weeks. This is a new adjustment of actually having to. You gotta make it work for you. You gotta do it for you, but you also have to do it for them. You gotta do it for the people who need it, but also gotta make sure they can afford it. Gotta make sure that you don't put their life. You gotta put their needs before yours. This is what this job tells you. Put your needs before. I mean, excuse me. Put their needs before yours. Now, one thing about me, I've been an insurance agent. Been an insurance agent for 5 plus years. I've been in the insurance industry for 5 plus years. This is my first time being a broker, meaning that I'm literally selling the insurance, right? And I've always put the client's needs before mine. Even when I was just a regular insurance agent taking calls, people would call in and, be told that they needed something. But let's evaluate it. Do you really need it? Like that's always just been my thing, right? Um, and my calling has to me has always been to help other people and guide other people. It's just always been my go-to for me. I feel like is that's what I'm here for. I feel like I've been put on this earth to assist others in developing themselves and bettering their future for their family, as well as being a coachable source and someone to coach. You know, um, so with my new adventure of being in this life insurance business, my first couple weeks has definitely been rough. But I feel like they've been rough because I honestly feel like I just didn't have the confidence like I thought I should have. Not because I just assumed that I get in, I'm going to sell, sell, sell. No. It was more so because I'm dependent upon this now. And I'm dependent upon solely me. And this is the opportunity for me to see what I'm made of, to see if I have what it takes to grit the grind to actually put me first. This is what this means. Does Taylor have what it takes to put Taylor first? And my first couple weeks, I got sick. So I missed a couple of times, a couple of days of talking on the phone because I got sick. And like, I felt like I got behind, you know. Um, but one thing that they don't tell you about is that when you become an entrepreneur, it comes with loss that are that are detrimental to the spirit if you don't hold your head up high and walk with confidence. Because people tell you about the losses all the time, but they don't tell you how the losses can tear you down and make you feel like it's just not worth it. Now, I will tell you this, while doing entrepreneurship, you definitely should get a part-time job because that's exactly what I'm probably about to do is try to get like a quick little part-time job, something I can do, or maybe I can work like 4 or 5 hours, every day, Monday through Saturday if I got to, just to, bring a little extra financial support in here for me until I can get my insurance business off the ground. I don't know. I'm a hustler, so I'm not afraid to work. I think that what it is I was afraid to become my own business holder. I was afraid of being solely responsible for making sure that I financially was provided with funds because I did it. See, it's easy to go to work, punch a clock, do what they ask you to do, clock out, go home, and repeat that shit the next day. But it's harder to wake up every morning and know that the only way you're going to get a check is if you put your foot on the gas and not depend on somebody else's foot to be on the gas. And honestly, to do this life update, it was actually to motivate somebody else out there that's trying to break into entrepreneurship but just don't know what to do. I'm gonna tell y'all one thing about me that I had to sit with myself and say, I'm a hustler. I know my capabilities and I know my limits. And honestly, right now there's no limits for me. I'm just shooting because something gonna go in. Is how I see it. Right now, I control several social media accounts. I stream. I'm doing life insurance. And I also help my sister with her babies, make sure they get to school, make sure I pick them up and watch them while she's at work. And I make sure I do my podcast, both of them. I make sure I upload the Which Old Ass Podcast clips Like I get these things done, but when it came to the life insurance part, I'm not gonna lie, my first 2 weeks I was terrified. Terrified. But coming into my third week of doing this business, I'm no longer terrified. I'm motivated. I'm I'm hungry for my first sale, but I'm I'm more anxious to present something and be proud of myself that I helped somebody, but also I kept them from going in financial debt. Like that's what I want. I want to make sure that the first person I get my sale from is the right person, meaning not somebody who just wanted to buy something just because they had the money to do it. No, I want to make sure that you bought it because you, one, you really needed it. Two, it's financially smart for you. And three, because I made you feel so comfortable and sure about the products that you needed that you were capable of understanding them and determining for yourself that that's what you needed. But um I just wanted to get on here and do a quick life update for y'all and get y'all put into the mix and let y'all know what my venture is looking like. Um, Mr. Bellamy, I didn't forget your request. Be on the lookout for Friday at 6 p.m. Um, because I will be getting your request done. I just wanted to take a minute and give y'all a quick life update. Nothing more, nothing less. I just wanted to give you a quick life update and tell y'all what I've been up to and be completely honest and transparent with y'all. Be vulnerable with y'all for a brief moment. Um, Anybody who's struggling with anxiety or panic disorder, um, let me know in the comments and we can do a live Q&A and we can talk about it. Um, Honestly, that's the biggest form of healing is talking about it. If anybody's interested in learning a little bit about what I do when it comes to life insurance, let me know. I have a link that I'll be glad to send to you for you to schedule a consultation with me and, talk about my services and everything. Um, Anyone looking to do collaboration for podcasts, I am in Kansas City. The only requirement is because I do my podcast in my home is if I don't know you personally, then we're going to have to maybe agree to rent out a place and or find somewhere that's willing to let us use their place like for the low, and then we can shoot a podcast episode there. I'm not too willing to let everybody in my home, but I do collaborations on podcasts. Um, Anyone with recommendations for TV shows, movies, or even want to know where to find the Which Old Ass podcast and got recommendations for that one, let me know. I really do appreciate and love all of y'all. We are almost, I think, we're really close to like 900 subs. And honestly, I love every one of y'all. I appreciate every one of y'all. Y'all make coming back and doing my podcast, my Black History, so worth it. And I thank y'all. I really do. During my darkest days, this was the light of my day. So I appreciate y'all and thank y'all. Peace out. Oh, let me stop saying that. Until next time.